In this world, no one needs you except yourself. This is a terrible spiritual law that every person will encounter. There is you, there is no you. No one will care. Only the relatives will have an open wound. The world is neutral. Whether you exist or not, it will continue to exist. No one will persuade you to follow your dream, stay true to your choice, and not give up what you started. Nobody. Never. Unless it's people who benefit from selling someone's dream. And the sooner you realize this, the faster your life will change. This is your way, your road. It's easy to move when you flatter yourself that this world needs you so much, and everything will stop without you. But this is an illusion, self-deception, delusion. Remember, other people need you as long as you are of some value to them. Because all people are essentially selfish, and they always think only about what they can get from another. Any motive, any desire, any need always contains such a question inside, and what does it give me? Even in love, there is one selfish motive. I need you only because I feel good around you. So stay close and keep giving it to me. And this is not to mention more mundane things like gifts, money, care, and so on. So if you want to get something in life, first just give a lot and for a long time. Do it without expectations. And remember that you are the only one who needs your achievements. Everyone else needs only their achievements, their praise. You will be noticed and singled out from the general mass of the same potentially unique ones only when you try very hard. And before that, it's every man for himself. But again, no one will pull you and beg you. You're the only one who needs it, so go do it yourself. Don't wait, don't hope, but do it simply because you can't not do it. And most importantly, forget about your benefits. As long as you have not created anything for another, you are zero, and you will receive nothing, no recognition, no fame, no respect. If you want to get something, give it to me first. Keep it simple and people will reach out to you. The imperfection effect is a psychological paradox, which is expressed in the fact that flaws, mistakes, and imperfections become attractive to others. People who demonstrate their flaws are perceived positively, arouse sympathy and trust, while the image of perfection is repulsive and annoying. The amazing phenomenon was discovered through observations and proved through social surveys. From early childhood, we are literally honed for success. Study well at school, go to university, find a prestigious job, do it efficiently and on time, earn approval, recognition and respect, achieve all your goals. You have to be good and correct, otherwise you will face a negative reaction from society. The meaning of such teachings is clear. To achieve what you want, to develop and grow is what allows you to live in comfortable conditions. At the same time, both in a financial and emotional context, a good education makes it possible to receive a large salary, with which you can buy a car, an apartment, high-quality clothes, a trip to the sea and so on. The favorable attitude of the boss, neighbors, acquaintances and colleagues leads to an increase in self-esteem and a sense of self-importance. As a result, we are happy. Therefore, it is quite strange to watch how a person far from ideal suddenly becomes everyone's favorite. He can get everything out of his hands. His mistakes cause laughter and sometimes ridicule. He does not even try to argue with what is not perfect. And people are drawn to this more than to an excellent student in all areas of activity. Why? Man is not perfect by himself. Everyone understands this, but no one wants to face condemnation, so we have to meet expectations, just not to run into suspicion and claims. Imperfect people who openly demonstrate this take the hit on themselves. Haters pounce on them. You're not so wrong against their background, thanks to them. Public anger focuses on the most popular objects, eliminating the lion's share of violence from everyone else. Let's take body shaming. A person is vilified for being far from the ideal of beauty. Cellulite, a large fifth point, small or to huge breasts, a belly, a log-shaped physique without a waist and hips. No one has asked for your advice or ratings, but you keep doing it. And how to deal with this is absolutely unclear. What do we see as a result? A direction called body positive appears. Dozens and hundreds of people not only demonstrate their imperfect body, but also openly declare, I have the right to be like this and my life is as interesting as yours. Slender and beautiful people. Among them are the rich, the famous, the popular, the happy and the successful. And for those who had complexes, there is an opportunity to exhale. Firstly, the aggression has shifted to the most active, and secondly, for them it's like a resolution. If previously not ideal people felt violated, now they see an example that it is quite possible to live with it. Moreover, you can live brightly and interestingly. By the way, Sigmund Freud is remembered for this. His theories informed women that their intimate needs and desires were normal and natural. He was loved and even adored for allowing a person to be himself and not drive the real himself into the subconscious. That's why we like imperfect people so much. They take the first step for us. The imposition of ideals hurts the psyche. We find ourselves in a situation that can be described as running after a carrot. She is constantly moving away, and no matter how fast we run, we can't catch up. A huge number of people fell into deep apathy because they did everything as required of them, but they did not become happy. Moreover, after climbing to the top through blood, sweat and tears, they suddenly discovered that this was not even the middle of the path, but only the first stage. Then the people who were able to become happy and successful by avoiding going through the circles of hell give us hope. And they like it. Stories about millionaires who barely graduated from high school, billionaires without higher education, ugly women who got married successfully, and old men in the arms of a young wife seem attractive to us, because looking at them we feel that we also have a chance. This gives strength in the fight against the violence that is used by the environment. The desire of poor people to climb to the top of the hierarchy led to alienation. Today, if a person is a big boss or a media personality, then it is almost impossible to meet him. They are protected from the common people by walls, fences, guards, and sometimes just distance. Where are they and where are we? And all this has paradoxically become so normal that it is already perceived as the very ideal. You are successful if you can distance yourself from others. On the one hand, what is happening is logical. We want to earn more money to build a house and no longer hear noisy neighbors. Popularity leads to increased attention, from which you want to protect yourself, since people are unable to respect personal boundaries. But at the same time, those who have escaped from poverty and prostrate often turn up their noses, saying that they have a wonderful family, a cool car, a big house, and a lot of money. In general, everything is so perfect that you never dreamed of. Another level. It is annoying, but imperfect people from among the rich and successful, demonstrating their simplicity despite money, fame, and other benefits, seem to us to be our own. He is the same as me, only he has achieved his goals, but otherwise we are similar. Therefore, haters write angry posts under photos of celebrities when it suddenly turns out that all these are filters, but in real life cellulite, wrinkles and pimples. Why did you show us your ideality? Why did you cheat? We like imperfect ones because their flaws rid the psyche of negatively colored emotions. It's scary to live when you know that someone has a good husband and a big salary and an ass does not grow to the size of a bedside table. And you have everything upside down. It's quite another thing when there are ordinary people like you around, in some ways better, in some ways worse, but in general with similar problems. Quite often, people who feel sympathy for you intentionally refuse to communicate, simply because you seem too unattainable. The ideality that you broadcast is to blame for everything. It has long been proven that beautiful girls are approached much less often, and most often these are future abusers who are simply trying to compensate for their low self-esteem with the presence of a sought-after companion. In most cases, all these unattainable people live by the principle of seeming, not being. That is, they create an image that weeds out the weak, the poor, the ugly, and so on. The idea is that the unworthy don't even come close. Why spray yourself? But there is also a problem. Marketers would describe it this way. Coverage is falling. Maybe there were interesting, useful, reliable, and adequate people in your environment, but you showed them with all your appearance that you were not on the way. You're perfect, they're trash. We crossed paths with Olympic champions in the supermarket and in the gym, but otherwise we rarely met. They all seemed to be perfect robots, one level above. Expensive cars, titles, medals, awards from the mayor and the president, honor, glory, respect. But everyone was divided into those who demonstrated greatness and those who remained a simple person. People like imperfection for various reasons. Sometimes ideality causes irritation. It seems ostentatious, excessive, deceitful. Sometimes high goals drive us into a cycle and there is no end to this running around. And sometimes human simplicity demonstrates that, although we have a successful, influential person in front of us, he is still ordinary, in many ways the same as us, which means we have a chance. Imperfection motivates. Attempts to show themselves as the limit of all positive things look aggressive. It's like people are challenging us. Supposedly, look at how well I'm doing. Not like you, loser. No one likes perfectionists, idealists, workaholics, and even more arrogant conceits. Keep it simple and people will reach out to you.